Hi there! Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Julie DiMatteo from thepaperpixie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. And in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this Everything Essential treat box. It is sized to fit either one of the Rice Krispy Treat sizes, either the mini or the regular size. And I just love this for a quick and easy Halloween project. What's great about the Everything Essential bundle is it's a great price as a punch bundle, but you can also use this for so many different occasions throughout the year. So let me show you how easy this is to make. We're going to start with a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock that measures 6.5 inches by 5.5 inches. You can get 2 of these out of a sheet of 8.5 by 11. And along the 6.5 inch side, I'm going to score this at 2 inches, 3, 5, and 6. Then I'm going to rotate it clockwise, and we're going to score at 1 inch and 4 inches. And then I'm going to score at 4.5 inches, but I only want to put score lines on these 2 wider sections. So let me show you on the template here. I only want to score in this section and this section. You just score at 4.5 and stop at that first score line. Then we want to skip this section and then pick it up again. And usually you can pick up the groove in your Simply Scored and then just score, continue to 4.5. So see how I've got those 2 score lines here? That's all we need to do with the scoring. Next, I'm going to fold and burnish on the score lines that go all the way across the paper. Bringing in the template here, we're going to focus on this lower section here, and I'm going to remove this lower right rectangular corner. I'm also coming in to notch here on the little 1/2 inch side, and then remove that corner. Then I'm going to cut up each of the vertical score lines, stopping at that first horizontal score line. And I'll just fold the big sections out of the way to isolate those tabs, and then I'll just come in and angle cut those, like so. Then I'm going to come in, we're just keeping this part of the 1/2 inch section. I'm going to miter cut or angle cut right there, and then if I flip this upside down, we want to remove this corner rectangle as well. And then we're just going to cut up each of the vertical score lines, stopping at the first full score line, so the score line that goes all the way across. Like so. Now these are going to be our tabs, but they're a little bit long. So I'm going to bring in our paper trimmer. I'm going to fold the 2 big sections out of the way because we don't want to cut those. And I'm going to line up this left edge at 5 inches. That's just going to allow us to cut a 1/2 inch off of those tabs. You can eyeball that as well. And then while we've got those folded out of the way, we're going to do the same thing to these little tabs. I'm just going to come in and angle cut. Like so. Now for the fun part. We're going to use the delightful tag topper punch. You can use any of our tag topper punches for this. And if you don't have a tag topper punch, you can simply just round the corners with a corner rounder. I'm going to fold the tabs out of the way. And I've just indicated on the template here where to punch because it's difficult to draw what this punch looks like. I'm just going to feed this in 1 tab at a time there. You do need to sort of tuck the cardstock in underneath the punch there, like so. And I like to flip this over and just make sure that that is centered on either side of the punch. You can just look at your cardstock in there and then punch. And how cool is that? Then we'll do the same thing to the other section. Flip it over, make sure that it's centered, and punch. So now that looks like our template. The next thing we do is just fold backwards on these tag topper punch sections and burnish, like so. Now I've got 2 pieces of the Magic in This Night designer series paper. I love this spider pattern with the Blackberry Bliss color. This measures 1 7/8 by 2 7/8. I've got 2 pieces, and these are in portrait if you had a directional paper. I'm just going to use liquid glue to glue those down. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this off to the side, and we're going to do some stamping. Again, we're using the Everything Essential bundle. And we're gonna use this Trick or Treat sentiment plus the smaller trio of bats. I'm gonna show you a trick to the essential tag punch. Now you can see that that tag punch only has the tag corners on the top. I've cut this piece of Whisper White to 1 9/16 by 2 9/16. That's just 1/16 past 1.5 by 2.5. And by cutting it that way, I'm gonna turn this actually upside down, you can feed the ends of this right into the punch, and then it'll kind of catch right there where the top of the punch stops. And then you can just punch and then turn it around and repeat the same thing to get those really cool tag punch corners. Like so, and that makes your punch do a whole bunch of other new things you may not have thought of. Now we're gonna do some stamping, and I'm gonna use the jet black Stays On here because I love how solid the image gets, and it's a nice sharp black. I'm gonna make sure that the stamp is good and inked up. Great solid image there, and then we're gonna come in and just add 2 additional trios of bats. There we go, and that just fills in a little bit of the extra white space there. You want to give that about an extra minute to dry there. And I'm going to cheat with some Stampin' blends here. Technically, you shouldn't use these with Stays On because you're using 2 different types of alcohol inks, so they have the tendency to bleed. However, if you're really quick with the markers, you can get away with it. So I'm using dark Cajun Craze and light Mango Melody. With the Mango Melody, I'm just going to come in and color in the windows. And then with the dark Cajun Craze, I'm going to come in and color the Trick or Treat banner. And again, you want to move really quickly here so as not to make the ink bleed. Like so, just gives that a little bit of extra color. And then I'm going to adhere this to a panel of basic black that measures 1 11/16 by 2 11/16. That's 1/16 less than 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. Just liquid glue those together. Then bringing back our box, I'm going to go ahead and glue that to this middle panel here. All right, now let's go ahead and put the box together. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to fold on the second score line from the left and apply liquid glue to that little 1/2" tab. Then fold on the first score line from the right. Those should line right up. So now we've got our front panel. I'm going to fold in the 2 bottom tabs here, put a little bit of liquid glue on those tabs so they stay in place, and then liquid glue on this front flap. We'll fold the back over, then the front. The liquid glue gives us some time to get this squared up right where we want it. And then I'll use my glue bottle as a tool here to press from the inside. Now I just wanted to show you that both of these Rice Krispy Treat packages will fit. Okay, I'll put the mini one in here because it's Halloween. And then I'm going to bring in the glittered organdy ribbon and we're going to tie a bow. In the finishing touch, I'm going to bring in our iridescent pearls. And I'm going to put a pearl in each corner. They sort of look like rivets, but I love how these look. And there we have our Everything Essential treat box. This is a Halloween version, but it's easy to make a Valentine's or Christmas version. I love that it fits both sizes of the Rice Krispy Treats, and I can't wait to see what you make. So thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss my next video. If you're interested in purchasing any of the Stampin' Up! Products I used today, they'll be linked in the description. And I'll also include a link to my detailed blog post with all project measurements, details, and a picture of the template. I'd love to have you come visit me at thepaperpixie.com where I post projects every weekday to inspire you. And if you don't want to miss a thing, you can subscribe to receive blog updates via email, and you'll receive an email each time I publish a new post. You can shop with me anytime at thepaperpixie.com/shop. And if you're interested in a discount on your Stampin' Up! Purchases, the starter kit is the ultimate bundle, and it's a great way to fill your wish list for less. You can purchase the starter kit at thepaperpixie.com/join. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you'd like a complimentary copy of one of our catalogs, you can order catalogs through me at thepaperpixie.com/catalogs. And if you give this project a try, I'd love to see what you made, so feel free to share it on social media with the hashtag #PaperPixie, and I'll be sure to check it out. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye.